there's the Jarvan.
All right. Pretty interesting, you know, again, we were thinking maybe a Galio. I was thinking even an Alistair could have been looked out, but the Jarvan, he says, with the very hard engage in the mid stages of the game, is just going to be the pick. They want to have.
We know what Gumayusi is capable of and how terrifying this bot lane can become if given a huge lead. It's not the same matchup this time, right? Like, this time you have to deal with a much more aggressive Jarvan.
Obviously, Ruler has played his fair share of Kalista, 25 and 10 on the pick. Already, we saw Ruler get a nice amount of poke onto Gumayusi before the fight, before the minions even hit the lane, and you've already got...
It was not going to be in this part of the jungle, it was actually in bot side. And he gets the scuttle, but LM is here.
Here we go, flash on in, one combo, can they do it? The last auto is not enough, LM tries to tank it up, and we have the speed boost coming in now with the acceleration gate, and just barely. That was on a knife's edge, but they make the gank work come from this pick. Now, Kana doesn't have any summon.
Yeah, he does not.
And the Camille, very consistent with the stun. Here it comes. The spear a little bit to the side there. But Kana, I believe, should still be run down here. We'll see if they do have the damage as the spear comes out. Clid should have his lead, and there it is. Clid picks up the kill for the second of the game.
Just too much damage here. More importantly, what's happening in live BDD?
Just going to get flashed on, but the exhaust is there. They still have the damage as Ruler will pull his sticks out of Gumayusi. They do get that kill.
So much. Meanwhile, Kana being very aggressive again. Clid is rotating back up, so see if we see once again.
This is rough for Kana. He's going to try to turn it onto Rascal. Here comes the Pantheon Light, desperately trying to get on in there with the Ignite, and he will pick up the kill, but LM did also take out his jungle opponent, and now we got a little bit of a 1-on-3 here. LM pushing the issue a little bit too far. BDD, though, with no ultimate, going to take a little bit to take him down, but they do eventually pick up the kill as LM overextends a little bit there as he takes too much damage and goes down.
Yeah, the Pantheon ult out of range, not going to be the case here, as he is here. Caster Blessing on this
flash. No flash this time for Keria.
Oh, the hook!
Okay, there we go. Hook is going to land, but we do have the Fate's Call coming in. Ruler looking to potentially counter-engage, but the sleep on a life, he throws himself in to the danger, but at least Gumayusi pretty out of position there in the blue pit. No escape for him, as the Lantern is going to be here this time around for LM. So it turns out to be a 1-for-1, but you know, that extra kill that goes on to Gumayusi, pretty nice.
Yeah.
At least a bit unfortunate. You know, Keria looking for the, most opportunistic play. But Ellen just going for what was right in front of him. As they're going to be looking for a dive here. We got Pantheon looking for that angle. Rascal takes the right one. He is going to flash south away from the Pantheon with a flash over the wall. Exec Ultimatum looking to buy some time. Rascal getting that speed up. The Trouble Bubble is going to miss. But at the end of the day, still going to be the kill going the way of Ellen.
However, you know, Ruler is going to get some extra plates here right before 14 minutes. Going to get the turret as well. Will be the first turret of the game. So the question is it actually a good trade here? I mean, you want something if you're dead.
And they're just going to be able to poke you out before these team fights happen. I feel like there's a lot more onus on Gen G to try to force fights and engages. And if they don't have it, it might not go their way. As we're looking to just burst down Rascal, LM, the Ninja Pantheon. They were not expecting that, and easily able to shut down the Camille once again for his third death. And just again, giving even more gold into the pockets of these hugely, the guys that are going to have huge damage.
Very much a matchup that can start to skew back towards Gumayusi's favor. Not going to see any pentakills, I don't think.
Not sure about this one. They get the flash out of Keria, but Fate's Call is used. And keep in mind, I guess there's no objective right now, so they should have it up for the next Drake fight, but you want to have hard engage, you want to have tools to enable your engage, and you just lost a big one right there. Keria, though, I'm not sure about this. Hope he's got a stopwatch. Looks like he's got absolutely nothing, but still the first damage coming out onto Clid is massive. Looking to turn it now onto Kana, who's kind of caught here all alone. The gameplay button out of the Syndra is going to just burst him down. is going to immediately create that 4-on-3. You see Faker and Gunyusi trying to just shell at them from the back line, and Elam surviving for an incredibly long time. Low health bars here on the side of Gen G. An incredibly close skirmish as Faker gonna get stunned down by BDD. In the back line here, 1v4 is eventually gonna get taken out, but at least he takes BDD with him. As at the end of the day, it looks like that one just barely
comes in. Pantheon doesn't feel so great anymore because, you know, when you're saying of stuff like this, you can't get isolated.
Oh boy.
You're the front line.
Yeah, he's got a shield, but that's not going to save him against 5 members. Okay, Faker, he's angry. That's going to set up the kill. Kana comes in, and that's that alley-oop that you can get sometimes with Jace Zoe. This is why we see this combination. They make it happen. You see a little bit in an awkward spot here. Has to fight straight up against Ruler. Ruler, thankfully for Gunyusi, gets outnumbered and he has to back away. As Faker is beginning to flex a little bit. You saw that he was using some of those paddle stars in that fight in the river, but now he's getting angry.
See a rotation here towards the Baron. They have complete vision control of this. T1 do not know. And this has been a big problem. And if Pantheon goes to check vision, he might just die. So Elam is scared to check. And they're just going to sneak this Baron away, Valdez. Freebie.
Absolutely. He got all the Ren set he needs. The smite comes in, and now they're looking to turn it around, trying to get on top of that, but they got to be careful about running straight into Gen G with the Baron buff. Elam gets picked off, and they say, well, we can't fight this anymore. They're too strong right now. We cannot force a fight here. All we can do is try to poke, and even then, it's going to be difficult to land. Okay, we got the sleep on the Ballista. But
he doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. It's going to be a full health in a jiffy.
Yep. Well, what an amazing play from Gen G. Just understanding that they've had so much better vision control of the top side of the map. And
looks like, but either way, trying to push the issue here. Want to engage onto Kana as life nearly dies. But again, many tools for him to try to survive in these team fights. Has a Zhonya's himself.
Yeah, I actually really like what you're saying there. If you had the extra heals and the sustain, a lot of these situations where you're trying to slowly push in, not going to find anything. This is actually really risky.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Lid, what is going on? Why are you there? That might just be the key that T1 needed. We're not going to see that hook land, but already 2 kills, and Elam has found backline access. Now, he's alone, as Rascal is going to be alone as well. Elam going to just try to survive. Will dodge his teammate's lantern and die. So, not going to be the case there. T1 got to be careful.
Gen G just have to buy time. They have to buy time here because this is a fight they've lost. If they could buy a little bit more time and try to slow this down, maybe they can delay the Baron that T1 want to grab. But Kana teleports back, and he's got insane movement speed. He wants this. Spell shield deleted.
Well, that's okay. Only the Banshees failed. Nobody else able to catch up. Now we have Baron in 19 seconds. So T1 would have loved to get an extra pick. And you can never count him out in the late game.
Yeah. With all the vision that Gen G have right now, every time they step into some of these brushes or start heading towards Baron, T1 are quite literally taking shots in the dark to try to poke them down and chase them. As sleep does go off onto life here. So much burst damage, but he's going to survive. This could be the go button here. They're going in.
Alright, Elam is going to get engaged upon life. The only one, a 3-man play coming in from Carrier, but he gets burst down immediately as life is going to engage. The double knockup with the flag and drag is massive, and now Gunyusi all alone trying to 200 years. He is not going to be able to. Gen G, they find the engage that they were looking for. Life smurfs it so hard in this team fight, and they might just be able to push it in the game.
You know what I said earlier when I said, look, this team fight they had on Drake way earlier, where I said it shows that functionally this team can fight. It's so difficult to execute. The CC they have is hard to actually pull off, but Life pulls it off in a phenomenal last hope fight here for Gen G to close this one out early. Pulls it off here. They are going to wipe T1 and close this series out, but what a phenomenal game played by both sides. Vision control, though, beautiful for Gen G, executing this composition, getting an early lead, and fighting well around T1's poke, controlling where they were. And all it took was one team fight win in mid, one overextension, and that's when Life and the rest of his squad sweep up the kills and take this series away from T1.
I love the itemization. I love the way that Gen G played that mid to late game against what T1 were bringing.